Welcome everyone. My name is Natalie Mae, and today I'm going to be your guide for 60-minute approximately yoga flow. And today we'll be focusing on hamstrings. So having blocks nearby is a really great option. Sorry, I'll return back to the camera in just a second. If you don't have blocks, you can always use books or coffee cans or anything that can help elevate the ground. But that's a really great option if you have tighter hamstrings. And you can always keep a bend, and you should have a slight bend in your knees no matter what, so you don't hyperextend. But bend as much as you need to in any of these postures and take it at your own pace. Just allow yourself to be free and feel comfortable in your body. With that being said, we'll get started in a wide-legged child's pose. So bring your big toes together, open the knees wide, and then walk the hands out in front of you. Let the head relax between the arms. And then start to sway your hips side to side. Maybe rock the head back and forth, massaging the third eye. And allowing the inhales to elongate the spine, find more breath in between each joint. And then let the exhales settle the hips further back towards the heels. Relaxing the hips as much as you can, releasing the hip flexor, releasing your low back, letting go of anything you're holding on to. Taking nice deep belly breaths in and out through the nose. Let the belly rise and fall between the thighs. Using that diaphragmatic breathing, we want to really expand the belly as you inhale. And as you exhale, drawing the navel in towards the spine. And take these next few breaths to just align the mind, body, and soul with the breath. Again, allowing yourself freedom on your mat to feel how you feel. Let yourself feel good in your own body. Nothing I say is rigid or set in stone, so I want you to feel what works for you, what feels best. And on your next inhale, we'll slowly press up onto the palms. We'll come into all fours, bringing the knees right under the hips, shoulders right over the wrists. Take a deep breath in here. As you inhale, right arm reaches to the sky. As you exhale, draw the right arm under the left, finding thread the needle. Right cheek lowers to the mat. Left hand can stay by the face, or you can reach it long overhead, or you can wrap it behind the low back. Externally rotating in the shoulder socket, so you can bring the top of the hand either to the low back or wrap it all the way around and hold on to the inner right thigh. Keep drawing the left shoulder back if you have it wrapped behind you. And we'll bring the left hand back towards the face. On your inhale, press up through the palm, right arm reaches to the sky. Exhale, release right hand below shoulder. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle, drawing the top of the hand across the floor, left cheek to the mat. Finding that placement with the right arm on this side that feels best in the body. Next inhale, right hand comes back to the face, left arm lifts to the sky, find a twist, and as you exhale, release that left palm. We're going to take a couple of cat and cow postures just to lubricate the spine. As you inhale, lower your belly, tilt your tailbone up, lift your gaze, draw your shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, round and curl, tuck the chin in towards the chest, reach your upper spine to the sky. Couple more times like that. Inhale into your cow pose. Exhale, round and curl. Tuck your chin in, mad cat. Inhale again, cow. Exhale, cat. At any point, you can start to engage your ujjayi breath, keeping the mouth closed and breathing in and out through the nose. On your exhales, you create a slight constriction at the back of the throat, creating a slight oceanic-like sound with the breath. Known as breath of fire. One last round through both sides. Inhale into your cow pose. Exhale, round and curl cat. Very nice. Next inhale, we'll tuck the toes, lift the hips to the sky. Our first downward facing dog, start to pedal out the legs. Bending one knee and then the next. Maybe sway the hips side to side. And again, in your down dog, you can keep a bend in the knees if you need to. There's no need to straighten the legs completely, and the heels do not have to reach the ground. Let the head hang heavy between the arms, give it a little shake. And again, working towards that external rotation in the shoulder socket. So the eyes of the elbows will work to turn forward. And we'll distribute our weight through all 10 knuckle mounds, but focusing on the thumb and index finger knuckles so we can protect our wrists. Take a couple more sways side to side here. And we'll find stillness. Next inhale, start to walk the hands back towards the feet. We'll take a ragdoll stretch, so heel toe your feet out a little wider than hips width distance. Bend the knees a lot, let the head hang heavy between the arms. You can keep the hands on the earth as you sway side to side, or you can bend the elbows and hold on to opposite elbows. Feel the weight of the world roll off your shoulders. Let the body relax. We'll find stillness here. Release the hands below the shoulders. If you can, straighten out the knees, and you can always bring blocks under the hands. On your inhale here, we'll find a halfway lift. Really straighten the spine. Pretend there's a string coming out of the crown of the head and the tailbone, and see how flat you can make your back. As you exhale, we'll release and fold. 2 more times like that. Inhale halfway, and exhale, fold. Bring the weight into the toes. Inhale, halfway lift. You'll find more stretch across the hamstrings, but you can keep your knees bent. Exhale, release. From here, we'll bring the right hand in between the feet, just below the face. You can come to a block if you need to. Bend into the right knee as you inhale, left arm reaches to the sky. One more breath in here. As you exhale, release the left palm, switch it out with the right, bend into the left knee. Inhale, right arm to the sky. One more breath. Exhale, release. Right hand meets the left. Give the legs a little shake. Bend one knee and then the next. Sway your hips side to side. Very nice. Take an inhale halfway. Exhale, release and fold. We're going to let the head hang heavy. Reach the crown of the head towards the earth. And then just hold on to the backs of your calves. Or if you have the ability, you can reach your hands to opposite elbows and start to fold in a little deeper. Try to bring the weight into the toes so we keep stretching the hamstrings. And next inhale, we'll release, hands below shoulders, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet out a little wider and then slightly point out the toes. We'll lower the hips in between the feet. You can sit on a block or any prop if you need to. Try to find a nice straight spine here. Like the tailbone is rooting you down towards the earth. Bring the palms to heart center and use your elbows to gently press open the knees. Coming into Malasana Yogi squat. We'll just take a couple breaths here. If it feels good, you can sway side to side. Beautiful. Take one more big breath in through the nose. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, lift the hips to the sky. Turn your toes in. You can keep the feet wide as you release the head between the arms. Inhale here, halfway. We'll walk the hands down our mat, but just halfway. Hold here, release your head. So we're in a shorter down dog. Again, bending the knees as much as you need to. Take an inhale, we'll lift the right palm. As you exhale, thread the needle, drawing it under the left arm. Reach for the outside of the left leg. And if you can, draw the face under the left shoulder. One more inhale. Exhale, release that right palm. Bring it back to meet the left. Let the head hang heavy. On your next inhale, left hand will hover. As you exhale, thread the needle under the right arm, reaching for the outside of the right leg and drawing the face under the right shoulder. Next inhale, release that right palm. Bring it to our left palm, bring it to meet the right. And then we'll walk our hands out to our traditional downward facing dog. You can keep the feet wide for now. As you inhale, we'll lift high onto the toes, wave your spine forward. And as you exhale, lower all the way down to the mat, nice and slow. Feet stay wide, hug the elbows in tight. Untuck your toes. When you get to the bottom, bring your hands down to the low ribs. As you inhale, draw your shoulder blades back and lift the chest. Gaze stays down just in front of the mat. Exhale, release. Inhale again, lift the chest. Baby cobra pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Hold here. Begin to press into the palms. Maybe you lift up a little higher. Maybe you lift off the hips. From here, we'll bend into the knees, and you can keep the feet close to the earth if you need to. Or you can start to draw the feet towards the head as you draw the forehead back towards the feet. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, release the knees, release the feet. And then we'll tuck our toes, lift the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. The feet are still wide. Next, inhale, gaze forward between the palms. Bend into the knees. Lower the hips towards the heels. Belly hovers over thighs. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, release the heels. Inhale, high onto your toes. Exhale, bend the knees, send the hips back, monkey back. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower the heels. This time as you inhale, we'll lift onto the toes. Exhale, bend and send the hips back. And as you inhale, we're going to lift and hop into our Malasana squat at the top of the mat. Take a breath in. As you exhale, hop and lower the feet to the outside of the hands. It's a little bit harder to talk and do that, but we're going to bring the elbows to the inner thighs and bring the palms together to touch at heart center. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, lift the hips, toes point forward, and as you exhale, release the head between the arms. Inhale, halfway, heel toe your feet back to hips with distance, and fold as you exhale. Inhale, soft bend in the knees, root to rise, arms reach up and overhead, palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, slowly fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release and fold. Plant your palms on your inhale. Right leg will reach back. Right hip stays in line with the left. Toes are pointed towards the earth, but you're flexing the foot and pushing through the right heel. We're in our standing splits. Take another breath in, lift halfway. And as you exhale, lower the forehead towards the left shin. Keep working on squaring that right hip with the left. Take one more big breath in. As you exhale, bend into the left knee, lower the right toes back behind you. We're in a low runner's lunge. Notice where the left knee is. Make sure it's stacking over the left ankle. Take an inhale breath here. Straighten through that right knee. And as you exhale, lower the right knee to the earth. Untuck your toes. Inhale, half crescent lunge. Arms reach up. As you exhale, sink your hips a little deeper. If you'd like, you can open the elbows, lift the chest and gaze. Inhale, reach your arms up. Draw the left hip back, right hip forward. Exhale. If you'd like, you can take a little back bend as you sink your hips. One more time like that. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, release the hands to frame your front foot. Take an inhale breath here. Draw your navel in. Exhale, send the hips back towards the right heel. And we'll start with keeping the left toes planted. So this is a great opportunity to use blocks if you need the ground to come closer to you. Otherwise, you can keep your hands on the ground. So we'll work on drawing that left hip back and keeping it in line with the left knee. Take an inhale breath here, walk the hands forward, sink the hips. As you exhale, send it back. This time, lift the left toes, flex the feet. So the toes pull back towards the face. Take an inhale, find a halfway lift here. And as you exhale, fold in closer towards the shin. Inhale, walk the hands forward. Palms frame the front foot. Tuck your right toes, lift off the right knee. We're going to keep this nice long stance. Take another breath in. As you exhale, start to straighten the left knee. So we're in an extended pyramid pose. Take an inhale breath here, lift your chest. As you exhale, hinge forward from your waist. Lead with your chest as you fold over that left leg. So again, blocks are a great option under your shoulders here if we need more lift. Your back heel will stay lifted. Good. Next, inhale, start to bend into that left knee. Palms frame the front foot. Take an inhale breath, lift your belly off your thigh. And as you exhale, send that left foot back to meet the right. If you'd like, you can keep it hovering, or you can lower it to meet the right foot. Take an inhale breath, shift your shoulders over the fingertips. Exhale, lower halfway as you hug elbows in tight. Inhale into your back bend. I'm choosing upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take some open mouth exhales to release some heat if you need to. Very nice. We'll heel toe our feet open a little wider again. So we're in that wide down dog. And on your next inhale, we'll gaze forward between the palms, lift high onto the toes. Exhale, send your hips back, hover and monkey back. Take another breath in here, and on your exhale, we're going to hop forward, landing in our yogi squat. We'll bring the palms to heart center when we get there. Elbows push the knees open and try to find that nice long spine. Take one more big breath in. As you exhale, release the hands. Inhale, lift the hips, toes point forward, and as you exhale, fold over the legs. Heel toe your feet back under the hips. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale, root to rise, soft bend in the knees, arms reach up and overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, fold. Planting your palms, bring all your weight into your right foot. On your inhale, left leg will reach back. We're in standing splits. So we're flexing through that left foot, pressing back through the heel, but the toes are pointed towards the earth. So notice if they're spinning out. Our hips opening that if that's the case. So try to draw the toes down. Lower that left hip in line with the right, and then work on walking the forehead towards the shin. Next inhale, we'll bring the hands under the shoulders. As you exhale, bend into that right knee, lower the left toes back behind you, coming into that low runner's lunge. Notice where your right knee is. Stack it right over the ankle. Really lift up on the left kneecap to straighten the leg. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, lower that left knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, half crescent lunge, the arms reach up. Biceps frame the ears, draw the right hip back, left hip forward. Take another breath in. As you exhale, if you'd like, you can cactus the arms, find a little back bend as you sink the hips. Inhale, arms reach up. Keep drawing the right hip back. Exhale, sink the hips. Optional back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, hands release to frame the front foot. Send the hips back towards the left heel this time. And we're going to keep the right toes planted. Take an inhale breath, find a halfway lift. Use props if you need them. Exhale, release and fold over the right thigh. Notice if the left hip is swinging out to the side, see if you can draw it back over the left knee. Next inhale, we'll walk the hands forward. Sink the hips. Exhale your air out. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, send the hips back towards the left heel. Right toes lift this time. Flex them and pull them back towards your face. Take an inhale, find a halfway lift. And exhale, release and fold over the right shin. Hands can be on props, or you can maybe even walk them back if you want to take it a little deeper. We still want to keep a micro bend in the right knee so we don't hyperextend the knee. Next inhale, walk the hands forward. Palms frame the front foot, tuck the left toes under, lift off the left knee. Take another breath in, draw the belly off the thigh. And as you exhale, begin to straighten the right knee. Take an inhale, find a halfway lift. And exhale, release and fold towards the right shin. Left heel is lifted. Palms can be on props or down on the mat, or you can start to walk them back if you have that in your practice. And we're still thinking about scissoring the inner thighs together so we keep the hips as square as possible. Next inhale, we'll walk the hands forward. If you move them back, halfway lift. And as you exhale, bend into the right knee. Hands frame the foot. We'll send the right toes to meet the left. You can keep them hovering or lower them to the mat. Take an inhale, shift your shoulders forward. Exhale, lower and hover halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Very good. We'll take 3 cycles of breath in our down dog. Next inhale, right leg sweeps back. Right hip stays in line with the left. Toes are facing the earth. Flex the foot. Take an inhale breath again. Lift the heel a little higher. As you exhale, round and curl. Right knee comes towards nose. Hover and high plank. Inhale, send the right leg back. Exhale, knee towards nose and hover. Inhale, send it back. Last time, right knee towards nose, lift and hover. And then step the right foot down between the hands. Inhale, breath, halfway lift. Draw the belly off the thigh. Exhale, send the hips back. Straighten the right knee. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release and fold. Walk your hands back if that's within your practice or within your capability. Otherwise, handstand or shoulders. Next, inhale, halfway lift. Walk your hands forward, bend into the right knee. And then we'll bring the hands just in front of the right toes. As you inhale, lift off the left foot, standing splits pose. So if you want to work on a balance, you can wrap the right hand behind the right calf. And then maybe you start to lift the left hand and wrap it behind the calf. Work on lowering that left hip so it's in line with the right. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, if your hands were lifted, release them to the mat. And then we're going to spin that left hip open, so stacking it over the right. Now we'll point the toes and reach the foot up towards the sky. So it's a little different stretch. Very nice. Next inhale, re-square the hips, left toes point towards the earth. Halfway lift here. Exhale, bend into the right knee, left toes lower back. Inhale, straighten the right knee. Extended pyramid. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend right knee. Last time, inhale, straighten. We'll hold here. Option to walk the hands back. Next, inhale, bend into the right knee. This time we'll hop the left foot a few inches forward. Spin the left toes out towards the top left corner, and then we'll start to straighten the right knee again. Pull the right hip back. It has a tendency to want to swing out. And as you inhale, we'll take a halfway lift. Exhale, release and fold towards the right shin. Inhale here, halfway. Bend into the right knee. Exhale, slip the left toes back. Take an inhale breath, lift the belly off the thigh. And as you exhale, we'll send that right foot back. Option to keep it hovering or lower it to the mat. Take your vinyasa flow. I'll meet you back in downward facing dog. Holding in down dog for 3 rounds of breath. Next inhale, left leg lifts high. Flex the foot, reach with the heel, drop through the inseam of the left thigh. On your next inhale, we'll lift that left heel a little higher. Keep the left hip lower to meet the right. As you exhale, round and curl, lift and hover as you draw the left knee towards the nose. Inhale, send the left leg back. Exhale, knee towards nose, lift and hover, high plank. Inhale, send it back. Last time, exhale, knee towards nose, lift and hover. And we'll step the left foot down between the palms. Inhale here, halfway lift. And exhale, send the hips back, extended pyramid pose. Release and fold in. Keep scissoring the inner thighs. Next inhale, we'll walk the hands forward, bend into the left knee. Plant the palms just in front of the left toes, and as you inhale, we'll lift the right toes off the earth, standing splits. Toes are flexed and pointed towards the earth to start. Keep the right hip lowered in line with the left. An option to take an arm balance here. So again, or not an arm balance, just a balance. You can always be using blocks if you need a lift. Otherwise, maybe you want to start to wrap the left hand behind the left calf. Maybe you bring the right hand to meet it. Keep lifting up through the right heel. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, release the hands. And then we'll start to open that right hip, stacking it over the left, pointing the toes this time, drawing them up closer towards the sky. It helps me to wrap my left hand behind the calf, drawing the forehead in a little closer, lifting the right toes a little higher. Next inhale, bring your hands back under the shoulders, re-square the hips, and as you exhale, bend into the left knee, lower the right toes back, low runner's lunge. Inhale, straighten the left knee, extended pyramid, and exhale, bend into the left knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. And exhale, bend. Last time, inhale, extend and hold. Option to walk the hands back. And next inhale, we'll walk the hands forward, find a halfway lift, and we'll just hop the right toes a few inches forward, lower the heel, and spin the right toes out towards the top right corner. So we're in a traditional pyramid pose now. Blocks under the hands are another great option. Take an inhale breath, find a halfway lift, and exhale, release and fold towards the left shin. Draw the left hip back. Next, inhale, hands walk forward, bend into the left knee. We'll slip the right toes back as you exhale. Inhale, lift the belly off the thigh. Exhale, send the left foot back to meet the right. Inhale, shift shoulders forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale into your back bend variation. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee towards nose. Step the right foot down. Inhale, straighten the right knee, extended pyramid. Exhale your air out. Inhale, bend into the right knee. Hop the left toes forward. Find your traditional pyramid. Exhale, release and fold. Walk the hands back if you'd like. Work on squaring the hips. Next inhale, we'll find a halfway lift. Draw the hands under the shoulders. We're going to find our revolved pyramid here. So sometimes a block is necessary. We'll bring the left hand either to the inside of the left foot or to the outside. Bring your right hand to that crease of the thigh and the hip. And then just draw the right hip back. Start to spin the right shoulder open. Coming into our revolved pyramid pose. Next, inhale if you'd like, right hand can reach the sky. Think about twisting from the thoracic spine, from the upper back, and keeping the hips level with one another. If you're having trouble balancing, you can always bring that right foot out a little wider so you're not on a tightrope. And you have a little bit more stability between both legs. Keep drawing the right hip back. Take one more big breath in here. As you exhale, release that right hand. If you open your stance up a little wider, heel toe that right foot back in line with the hip. Walk your hands just in front of the right toes. As you inhale, we'll lift into our standing splits pose. Option to take the balance if you'd like. Next inhale, hands come under shoulders, halfway lift. Exhale, bend into the right knee, lower the left toes back behind you. Plant your palms, take an inhale breath, lift your belly off your thigh. Exhale, right leg back. Move through your vinyasa, and I'll meet you back in downward facing dog. Very nice. Next inhale, right leg reaches high. Exhale, round and curl, knee comes towards nose. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, knee towards right tricep, lift and hover. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee towards left tricep, draw it under. And then we'll kick that right foot out. Fallen star, roll to the inner arch of the left foot. Inhale, left arm high. Maybe lift the left hip a little higher. Maybe reach that left arm overhead. Take one more breath in here. As you exhale, release the left hand below the shoulder. We're going to keep the legs right where they are. Just slide that right foot out a little further. So we're lowering the hips to the mat. And then work on spinning the torso forward. Take an inhale breath here. Keep the right toes flexed. And as you exhale, start to hinge forward. Maybe you just come to the forearms. Or maybe you walk them all the way out. Next inhale, we'll walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. And then we're just going to spin around so that right foot is still sticking out. And we're in a wide-legged straddle. Take an inhale breath, reach your arms to the sky. And as you exhale, start to hinge forward in between the legs. So hands can just, maybe the hinge forward is here. Maybe you can walk the hands out a little further. Maybe you can come to the forearms. Work on keeping your toes flexed. And then maybe you walk the hands all the way out if you're able to fold in between the legs. Next inhale, start to walk the hands back. And then we'll spin back towards the front of our mat and come back into that awkward kind of stretch. So right foot is still sticking out. Just spin that left hip down slightly. Take another inhale, lift up through the torso. And exhale, walk your hands back out to whatever extent works in your body today. Next inhale, hands walk back under shoulders. We'll tuck the left toes under, lift off the back knee. Inhale, roll onto the inner arch of the left foot. Left arm to the sky, coming back into that fallen star. Exhale, release the left hand below the shoulder. Spin onto the left toes. And as you inhale, right leg reaches to the sky. Exhale, round and curl. Knee comes towards nose. And we'll step the right foot down between the palms. Inhale, high crescent lunge this time. So you can find a slight bend in the back left knee. And then find a little pelvic tilt here. So we're keeping the spine nice and long. Biceps frame the ears, maybe spiral the pinkies inward as you sink the tailbone towards the earth. Keep pushing back through the left heel. Right knee is stacked over the right ankle. Very nice. One more inhale. Exhale, spiral the left heel down. Open the arms up, warrior two. Inhale, hinge forward from your waist. Reach with the right fingertips. And exhale, right forearm to thigh or hand to a block or the mat. Left arm reaches to the sky at first. And then maybe overhead for extended side angle pose. Keep drawing the left shoulder back over the left ear. And use that right arm to push the knee out of the right leg. One more inhale breath. Exhale, left hand comes down to meet the right. Spiral onto the left toes. Both hands frame your right foot. And we'll send the right foot back for our Vinyasa Flow. Option to move through it or skip it if you need it. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Next inhale, left leg reaches high. Exhale, round and curl, knee towards nose, step the left foot down. Inhale, extended pyramid pose. Next inhale, bend into the left knee. Hop the right foot forward. Coming into your traditional pyramid, we'll straighten the left leg up. Lower the forehead towards the thigh or towards the shin. And draw the left hip back. Next inhale breath, we'll bring the hands under the shoulders, making our way into our revolved pyramid. Right hand this time can come to the inside of the right foot or the outside. An option to use a block if you need it. If you know you want a wider stance, you can just heel toe that left foot out a little wider and pick the positioning for your right hand. Take an inhale breath, bring that left hand to the crease of the hip and thigh, and start to draw the left hip back as you rotate the left shoulder open. When you're ready, left arm can reach the sky, or you always can keep it on that hip. Take one more big breath in here. Exhale, release left hand. Both hands frame the left foot, heel toe the left foot back in line with the hip. Walk the hands just an inch or so in front of the left toes, bend into the knee, and on your inhale, we'll reach that right leg to the sky, standing splits. Optional balance if you'd like. Next inhale, both hands come below the shoulders. Exhale, bend into the left knee, lower the right toes to the back of the mat. Low runner's lunge. Palms frame the front foot. Take an inhale, lift your belly off your thigh. Exhale, send the left toes back. Move through your vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Next inhale, left leg reaches high. Exhale, round and curl, knee towards nose. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, left knee towards left tricep, lift as high as you can. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, knee towards right tricep, lower the right heel to the earth. Kick that left foot out to the side, and inhale, open the right shoulder, lift the arm up to the sky. Fallen star. Take one more big breath in. As you exhale, lower the right hand to the mat. Start to lower the hips towards the mat. And we're just going to turn the torso forward. Keep flexing the left toes this time. And then as you exhale, start to walk your hands out to any extent that works for your body. Next inhale, we'll start to walk the hands back under the shoulders. And then we're just going to, again, spin that right foot all the way down and open up into a straddle. So we'll just be facing the opposite direction. Take an inhale breath here, reach your arms up to the sky, flex your toes. And as you exhale, hinge forward from your waist and lead with your chest. So we're keeping that nice long spine. Let the hands fall wherever they come naturally without forcing anything. Maybe you want to walk them all the way out if that feels okay in your body. Next inhale, start to walk the hands back towards the body. We'll walk the hands back towards the front of our mat and just rotate back onto that left hip. Take an inhale breath, lift up high through the chest, and exhale, start to walk the hands forward. Next inhale, we'll walk the hands back, under the shoulders, rotate onto the inner arch of the right foot, and as you inhale, lift the hips, lift the right arm to the sky. Exhale, release that right hand below the shoulder, roll onto the right toes. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, round and curl knee towards nose. Step the left foot down between the palms and lower the right knee to the earth. Untuck your toes, inhale, half crescent lunge. Exhale, release the hands, send the hips back towards the right heel. Left toes peel up as you find your Ardha Hanumasana half splits pose. Inhale, walk your hands forward, palms frame the front foot, tuck the right toes, lift off the right knee. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Arms sweep up. And settle into the hips, slight bend in the right knee, slight tuck of the pelvic bowl, left knee stacked over the left ankle, and work on keeping the shoulders stacked right over the hips. Biceps frame the ears, maybe you spiral the pinkies inward as you sink the hips a little more. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, lower that right heel, open up, warrior two. Next, inhale, reach the left fingertips forward, and as you exhale, left forearm to thigh or hand to a block or the mat. Right arm reaches to the sky. Maybe it starts to reach or extend overhead as you keep drawing the right shoulder back. Use your left hand or left arm to open up the left knee a little more. One more big breath in. Exhale, release the right hand to meet the left, spiral onto the right toes. Both hands frame the left foot, and we'll send the left toes back to meet the right, move through your flow. Exhale, downward facing dog. Next, inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee towards nose, right foot steps down beneath the palms. Lower the left knee to the earth. Untuck the toes, inhale, half crescent lunge. Exhale, hands come down to frame the foot, send the hips back. Right toes peel back towards your face. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold Ardha Hanumasana, half splits pose. Inhale, walk your hands forward. Tuck the left toes, lift off the back knee. Right foot steps back to meet the left. Open up your feet wider than hips with distance. Inhale, shoulders shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Slide your hands down to the low ribs. Untuck your toes. Inhale, baby cobra, Bhujangasana. Draw your elbows in. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale, lift your chest. Gaze stays down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift baby cobra. This time start to straighten the elbows, lift the hips, but keep the knees down. Bend into the knees. You can bring the big toes to touch. You can just stay here, or maybe you want to start extending your head back towards the feet. One more breath. Exhale, release the toes. Inhale, lift the knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee towards nose. Step the right foot down. Lower the left knee. Untuck your toes. Exhale, half splits pose. Inhale, walk the hands forward. Low runner's lunge or low crescent. Exhale, send the hips back. Inhale, come forward. And exhale back. We'll hold here. So option to stay in this half splits pose, and your knee can be bent as much as you need it to. Or if you'd like to start working into splits, we'll come back to the sole of the right foot and then just start to inchworm that right foot forward. If you have solid wood or tile floor and you want to put a blanket down on the floor, you can put your heel on that as you start to push the heel away from you. It's a nice little tool. So you can also just extend that right leg out as far as feels okay, and maybe just move in and out of the posture a few times. If you have the splits, try to square the hips. Keep flexing the right toes. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, draw that right foot back in. Or if you're still in half splits, you'll stay there. And on your inhale, we'll roll back to the sole of the right foot. Palms frame the right foot, tuck the left toes, lift off the left knee. As you inhale, lift the belly off the thigh. Exhale, straighten the right knee. Find that extended pyramid pose. Inhale, bend into the knee, walk the hands forward. And exhale, right toes meet the left. Optional vinyasa flow, and I'll meet you back in downward facing dog. Very nice. Next inhale, left leg reaches high. Exhale, round and curl, knee towards nose. Step the left foot down. We'll lower the right knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, hips go back. Ardha Malasana, half splits pose. Inhale, come forward. Bend into the left knee, lower the hips. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, walk it forward. Last time, as you exhale, we'll send it back and hold. So once again, you can stay in this half splits. Or if you'd like to work on your full splits, bring the sole of the foot back to the mat and just inchworm your toes up to the top. Maybe bring the heel to a blanket if you can slide. And we'll start to straighten the left leg. Again, working on squaring the hips. And you can always bring the left foot in and out, working on settling into the pose. Take a couple deep breaths wherever you land. And on your next inhale, we'll start to slide the left foot back. And your inhale brings the sole of the foot back to the mat. Palms frame the foot, tuck the right toes under, lift off the right knee. Exhale, pyramid pose, extended pyramid. Inhale, bend into the left knee. Palms frame the front foot, left foot steps back. You're in high plank, option to take one last vinyasa flow. Meeting in downward facing dog. Very nice. Next inhale, we'll wave the spine forward. Exhale, bend the knees, lower the knees to the mat, and untuck your toes. Inhale, right leg extends long. Flex the foot, tuck the toes into the mat, and we'll start to sway forward and back a few times. Coming back to a neutral spine on your inhale, right heel lifts in line with the hip. Exhale your air out as you draw the navel in towards the spine. And next inhale, left arm reaches out in front. As you exhale, bend into the right knee. Reach that left arm back for the outside edge of the right foot. And as you inhale, press the foot into the palm as you lift the foot to the sky. Draw the left shoulder open. One more breath in. As you exhale, slowly unwind. Left arm forward, right leg back. Inhale your air. Exhale, lower everything to the mat. Shake out the hips, sway them side to side. Maybe come back and then forward. And we'll move on to the second side. Next inhale, left toes reach back. Flex the foot, tuck the toes into your mat, and start to sway forward and back. Finding stillness. Next inhale, left heel lifts. Exhale your air out as you draw your navel in towards your spine. Neutralize the back. Inhale, right arm forward. As you exhale, bend into the left knee. Reach that right hand back for the outer edge of the left foot. And your inhale begins to press the foot into the palm as you lift it up a little higher. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly release. Inhale your air, lift it up more. And exhale, lower everything down to the mat. Find some hip circles or any movement your body is calling for. And we'll come back to a neutral spine. And we're just going to flip the hands or fingertips back towards the knees. We're on the palms. And then we'll just find some circles. First clockwise. And then switch counterclockwise circles. Coming back to neutral, take an inhale breath. As you exhale, send the hips back towards the heels. Palms start to lift. Just go back as far as feels comfortable in your body. Inhale, coming forward. This time we'll flip to the tops of the palms, fingertips face back. And we'll find those circles clockwise again. And then counterclockwise. Coming back to neutral, take an inhale. As you exhale, send the hips back towards the heels. Tops of the palms start to lift. And breathe into it. Giving our wrists a little love after all that work. Next inhale, we'll rise up. Flip the palms back. We'll bring the big toes to touch, knees open wide. Send the hips back towards the heels as you extend the fingertips forward. Next inhale, slowly lift. Walk the hands back towards the knees. Bring the knees in together. We'll come to a seat on the top of the feet. Bring the heels together, big toes together. We're just going to find an ankle stretch. So bring your hands just below the shoulders. Take a deep breath in, and you can just lift the knees of maybe a few centimeters. You can lift in and out. Or if you have more flexible ankles and shin muscles, you can start to lift the knees a little higher and maybe bring them all the way to your chest. So if you're keeping the knees lower, you're always welcome to just move back and forth like this. We'll slowly release the knees. And just come to one hip, swing the legs out in front. We'll make our way onto our backs. If you have a blanket or a strap, you're welcome to bring it with you. Draw the knees in towards the chest, rock side to side. We'll keep a hold of the right knee and then extend the left leg long against your mat. And then we'll flex the right foot and start to straighten the right knee up. Straighten the right knee and bring the sole of the foot up towards the sky. So if you don't have a strap and it's difficult for you to reach your leg, remember too, the heel can be as close to the earth as you need it. But you can use your hands around the thigh or wherever works for you along your leg. And we'll start to work on drawing the toes towards the face. Keep the foot flexed. Keep the left toes flexed as well, so we're keeping that leg engaged and the hip grounded. And then option to bring your hand anywhere along the right leg as you let the foot open up towards the right. And if you are able to take your peace fingers and grab the big toe, you can always do it that way as well. Keep that left hip grounded though. Make sure the stretch is staying in the right leg. Next inhale, the right leg will draw back up towards the sky. And then we're just gonna flex the right toes, draw them towards your face, and then bring the leg just a couple inches out to the diagonal over to the left. So you're gonna feel this across your psoas and IT band. So it's a really little stretch. I feel it in my inner thigh a lot here. And keep flexing the right toes. Very nice. Next inhale, we'll draw the right leg back to center, bend into the knee, give it a nice squeeze. Right arm opens up to the side. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, the left hand guides the right knee and drapes it across the left side of the body. Finding a supine twist, keep your right shoulder grounded, and if it feels okay in the neck and shoulders, you can gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale back to center, right knee into chest, left knee in to meet it. We'll extend the right leg long this time. Flex the right toes, and then we'll bring our hands to the back of the left thigh. As you inhale, start to straighten the leg, flex the left toes, and reach the foot up towards the sky. Remember, you can keep the knee bent as much as you need to. You can also keep the heel as close to the ground as you need to. And you can use props if you have them, straps or even blankets around the leg. That works too. And we're going to start to draw that left foot out to the side. So holding on to any part of the leg that works for you, or you can take your peace fingers around the left toe, big toe, and start to open that left leg up. Keep the right hip grounded. Keep flexing the right toes. Next inhale, left leg comes back to the sky. Holding onto the leg wherever works for you, flex the foot, and then we're going to draw the toes just slightly across the face towards the top right corner of your mat. Finding that psoas and IT band stretch. Maybe inner thigh like I get. Next inhale, draw the leg back to center. And then we'll bend into the knee, pull the right knee in to meet it. Give them a squeeze, rock side to side. Option to take a happy baby pose. If you need one more little stretch, we'll bring the soles of the feet towards the ceiling. And the trick with this pose, we often want to just reach our feet at the expense of anything and everything. But we want the low back to stay grounded. Otherwise, once it starts lifting, we've taken the stretch out of the hamstrings and the stretch is now in the lumbar spine. So try to keep the hips grounded, keep the tailbone grounded, and then if you need to do that, you can wrap your arms around the hamstrings to keep the sacrum sealed to the earth. If you're able to, you can grab the outer edges of the feet, and we'll just rock side to side a few more times, drawing the knees down towards the earth. And then we'll bring the knees in together. Wrap the arms around the shins. Take an inhale breath, lift the forehead towards the knees. And as you exhale, extend everything long against the mat. Hands and feet splay out wide. Let the body surrender into the earth. Soaking in all the work you did, taking in the positive energy. And allowing yourself just to be, giving yourself the gift of rest. Slowly begin to settle the head heavy into the mat. Soften the forehead. Unfurrow the brows. Release all the tiny muscles around the eyes and ears. Soften the cheekbones and the jawbone. And let the tongue hang heavy at the back of the throat. Soften the chest. Relax the shoulders. Feel as though the shoulder blades are melting down the spine and into the earth beneath you. Let go of the elbows, wrists, and fingertips. Soften the belly as you relax the hips. And let go of the knees, ankles, and toes. As if your body has become a pool of water spilling out in every direction, you are completely weightless and formless. Slowly begin to bring life back into the body. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes and roll the wrists and the ankles. And on your next inhale, stretch the arms long overhead as you point the toes. And your exhale rolls you to one side as you cradle your head in your arms, allowing yourself a few moments to come back to the fully awakened state. On your own time, make your way to a comfortable seat at the top of your mat with the eyes closed and the hands at heart center. We'll first bow our heads towards our palms in gratitude for our own practice today, for giving ourselves the gift of strength, flexibility, and wellness. And then lifting the head with the thumbs at the heart space for compassion, we lift them to the lips for truth, and to the third eye for wisdom. Thank you so very much for allowing me to be your guide, for trusting me with your body, and for sharing your energy with me even through virtual space. I am truly honored. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. I really appreciate you tuning in, and I hope to see you soon. Spread the word, share the love, subscribe to my channel so that I can eventually get my own personalized URL and bring more yoga to more people. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much.